Good evening to everyone who's experienced the challenge of taking an exam while their sibling continues to shout about their Fortnite game extremely loudly. My name is Mila Kovac, and today I'll be talking about my authentic experience as a full time college student who resides at home during the last few months. I will discuss the complete disarray and the sudden breakdowns and the surprising presence which I discuss alongside the commitment I will establish myself when January begins, hence my New Year's resolution. I will be sharing my personal account, which describes my fight for improvement and my commitment to achieve my New Year's goal, become the student I always believed I could be. Let's begin with the facing unattractive reality, which sadly exists. The idea of studying at home appears perfect at first glance because it eliminates your need to travel to class and you can wear my comfortable pants. And your mom prepares your meals instead of the unknown food at, the dining hall. The actual experience proved to be one of the most challenging experiences I've ever faced. I find myself in my bedroom, which has been my bedroom since I was about, 4 years old. The desk, which I used for my homework in middle school, now serves as my current workspace. And the new students who joined my class consisted of black computer screens, which displayed their names. And sometimes I see a cat every once in a while, but, the Wi Fi connection, people's cameras don't work. And that's where determination follows. The distractions continue to interrupt me without any pause. The washing machine starts beeping when I'm 3 feet away from my door. My cat believes that 10 a.m. marks the beginning of his playtime. My parents, who, don't get me wrong, I love deeply, views me as their child who requires sustenance instead of recognizing my current status as a 19-year-old college student who needs to be studying for my midterm. I used to take quizzes from my closet because it became my only available space for privacy in the house. My camera froze during presentations, which revealed my childhood stuffed animal standing behind me. That was embarrassing. And, I've had multiple group project breakdowns with team members who failed to respond until, 12 a.m. before the test was due, and ChatGPT failed us because they decided that let's cheat. That didn't work out. I did my part correctly. The feeling of being alone became the most unbearable thing to me. Students are expected to experience the college through its characteristics environment, which includes the noisy dorms and unplanned coffee deliveries, academic note sharing that leads to forming close relationships with classmates. Instead, I have dedicated most of my time to speaking with my ceiling instead of engaging with people from my generation. I spend most of my time those weeks listening to the only family members and the delivery persons. Motivation, it's evaporated. I would promise myself to begin work at 11, but before I knew it, the clock was 4 p.m. after all my doom scrolling was done. The child who I used to go and cry about having a 94 score, somehow the grades have started to slip. The background noise of my life transformed onto an ongoing state of anxiety. I acquired the COVID-19, which people fail to share with others. The delayed assignments made me observe my upcoming opportunities disappear before my eyes. Sadly, a student of the pandemic. The situation required me to understand that during the breakdown, in order something fundamental changed. I discovered knowledge which no classroom education could ever provide. I learned about resilience through my own experience of surviving 2 consecutive midterm failures during 1 week. Learning to establish limits with family members proved more challenging than establishing them with unfamiliar people. I needed to explain to my parents that their home activities did not affect my schoolwork because I spent time at home when my door was shut and I wore headphones. The situation brought out both tears and it created difficult moments during family meals, but eventually there was respect and our relationship is stronger for it. Time management requires people to defend their available time instead of seeking additional hours. I learned about the Pomodoro technique, which helps me complete my tasks through effective to-do lists while keeping my phone locked in a distant drawer. People who procrastinate actually have perfectionist tendencies, which always hide under their procrastination behavior. The moment I began to focus on completing tasks instead of achieving perfection, my entire perspective changed. I learned radical self-compassion. I visited therapy for the first time through virtual sessions where I revealed my state of complete overwhelm. The act of speaking my need for assistance did not create weakness in me because it brought me an unstoppable state. I discovered gratitude through the tiny things, which included having peaceful home during early morning hours and receiving late night responses from my professor and receiving motivational texts from my single friend before the exam. I discovered that taking mental health days actually produces beneficial results. Actually. Running and preparing actual meals represent essential time investments which build the power the brain requires for success. I discovered my true self during times when I had no audience to observe me. I have no need to impress my dorm neighbors because I do not need to maintain any reputation on campus. The decisions I made include both humiliating moments and achievements that brought me honor. I decided to leave my current self behind and the current semester concludes because I want to start 2026 with a new person. I have reached my limit with performing at less than full capacity and making empty justifications. The upcoming semester will bring changes because I have developed into a new person. I have created a plan which I have laminated and placed above my desk for reference. My first thing is the environment needs to change. I need to focus on that. I need to focus on scheduling, accountability, health as a class requirement. At least need to work out 3 times a week. That gets a little difficult being stuck in this little room. Welcome to my room tour, just for the audience to see. And I need to celebrate the tiny wins, the physical chart, checklist to make sure I feel rewarded and feel satisfied with my work. Overall, I am prepared to develop into a new student that I was destined to become, and I ask for everyone's support in this journey, and I thank all my professors for this journey, and I do feel like I've become a slightly better speaker from this class. And Happy New Year, and thank you. Oh, and also this is my audience for this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.